The main feature of the room that you notice is the smell. Just this sour, just kind of like your garbage can after a long rain kind of smell. And you realize it's emanating from these 4 rings in the center. 4 channels filled with the same fluid, but it's not connected to the rest of the flow network.
All right. Well,
we found the bathroom.
I tell you what, in light of my mistake in the last room, Jeannie sits down. I'll let you handle this one. She just sits down.
Am I reading this right? Are there a lot of the brain channels?
There are, crisscrossing back and forth. The channels on the floor and several of the pools up in the walls.
Yeah. Talk about, yeah.
The 4 channels in the center of the room, these circular ones, are not flowing. They're just stagnant pools.
Can we see the pools?
You can, but the fluid is not as clear, and it's not giving off the same color illumination. It looks sickly and sour, and it has a smell to match.
Victor is going to take his crowbar out of his pack.
Okay.
And use it to kind of stir and fish around in the liquid.
And as you do, you see that it's got a viscosity that the flowing liquid doesn't as well. When you pull your crowbar out, part of it is coated with this fetid brain slime.
It's like stagnant. It's not flowing like the others.
Correct.
Yeah. Did we burn it? And Victor glances over at Janie.
What if we did what we did in the other room and joined the channels all together so that they started flowing?
I mean, that might work, but do we want to pollute the channels with this? And Victor
you're right. That could be a bad idea, especially if we end up having to use them again.
So I want to touch this one and then do the DC 13 check to try and remanifest over here.
I do not want us doing any unnecessary travel with these brain channels.
So Evie's saying that as Ekon is... yeah, go ahead and make that check.
It's an 8, I believe.
An 8?
Yeah.
All right. I must consult my map once again.
You know, Evie, Ruby would never let things get this far.
Roll me a D4.
Mm-hmm.
And then roll me some percentile.
D4 is a 2, percentile.
I want to point out if Ekon gets his brains eaten, we have no way to restore anybody.
This is why I said no unauthorized use of the brain channels.
Percentile is 29.
29, okay. So, Evie is... By the way, guys, no unauthorized use of the brain channels. And out of the corner of her eye, you look up and you see Ekon going into the brain channel.
You said that in response to me touching the thing.
I know, but
I don't want to hear it.
So, Ekon, good news and bad news.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is that the channel is connected to the rest of the brain network.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is the flow is very strange. Instead of connecting from here and going back into the circular chamber, which is what you would expect if you're not able to get control of the flow. Instead, your brain shoots up and out of here like a fountain with a spurt of water and clears about a third of the room, slops onto the ground. Give me an intelligence saving throw at advantage.
That's an intelligence save of 16.
16. So your brain hits the floor, and the first thing you're aware of, because you have no physical sensation at all, the first thing you're aware of is some of the liquid brain juice nearby, and your first instinct is to slop into it. That's where the brains are most effective and safe in this place. However, knowing it's the fetid water, you resist the temptation long enough for your body to start reconstituting in that space instead. So you find yourself laying prone on the floor right next to the snot water.
Okay. Tip: if your brain gets shoved out and you get close to these terrible things, you'll have an instinct to get into them. I would advise fighting it.
Well,
What the hell is that?
I was going to see if it was connected to the rest of the network. We
What?
haven't seen another room with 5 pools in it. 6 pools.
Your brain just shot out of the what?
well, it's okay. We're all meat anyway.
Okay, from now on, everybody check with me before you jump into any of the channels.
Do you have a form I need to fill out?
I'm getting there.
Yes,
Genie,
cousin.
can you
Are we going to
just-
have to submit a request to triplicate with the directions upon everybody
It's
to a majority consent? Are
Be
we
sure
going
to
to have
press
to?
your wax ring. Your signet ring
Yes.
hard into the wax to get a
Yeah,
good symbol.
exactly.
Genie, they're arguing. Can you just set it on fire?
Evelyn, we're in a very dire situation right now.
And you're making it more dangerous.
I said I was going to sit this room out, and I intend to keep that promise.
Please?
So Genie's pouting.
No, I'm not
Evie
pouting.
is barking demands.
Victor's trying to convince Genie to set the pools on fire.
I mean, the pools are
Victor's-
still liquid.
I mean, I want to get a better look at up here.
Okay.
So this is a standard day in the
This is
in the household of Veritas.
Is this a pool or is it just a channel?
This is a channel. You wouldn't be able to
Okay.
enter from here. It looks like it just flows through this spot.
Question.
Okay.
Can I use my crowbar to kind of like draw a trough between these two pools?
No,
Or is
not
the ground
not
too
through
hard?
solid rock.
Okay.
So
You'd be
this is
digging
solid
holes.
rock. Okay, yeah. All right.
It was easy in the other room because you were carving through ice.
Ekon, stone shape a channel to connect the pools, not the pools to the main things.
Stone
maybe.
shape. One thing.
Didn't
Well,
have it prepared.
I feel like we actually came to the conclusion that this isn't stone, and he can't stone shape it.
It was
What
theorized, but
about-
it hasn't been tried.
Right.
Well, didn't
It's
you
a
have
matter
like
of day anyway.
a purification spell or something like that?
Yeah, can you purify food and water?
I don't know if this counts as water.
Yeah, I don't think so
does it
either.
count as food?
I doubt it. Okay, I'm gonna have to get in front of this one. No one try to eat the brain liquid. I shouldn't have to make that order.
Victor's already
But you-
stooped over with his straw.
He's got one of those metal straws because he's cognizant about the plight of the sea turtles.
Right.
Anyway,
Genie, give me a beaker.
yeah, sure. Give me 1 sec. The genie reaches into her bag of holding and pulls out a flask.
Yep.
One of her glass flasks.
I will telekinetically
A
drop
flask
it.
has just fallen out of Genie's pack. I don't think it's broken. I'm going to gingerly place it back where I found it.
I'm going to telekinetically lower it into this one, so it fills up about halfway with that liquid,
Okay.
and
Well-
then I'm going to telekinetically pour that liquid into this one.
And you're just trading slime between the two
Okay.
channels.
Pour some of the good water into the bad water. Oh no, wait, I can't. I promised I would sit this room out.
That's a good idea. I will clean it off with my water skin first to make sure there's no cross contamination. I will
Oh, there's
collect.
water everywhere.
I will collect a full flask of this brain fluid, and I will pour about half of it into this reservoir.
And the mixture has a cleansing effect. Not only, I mean, you're expecting to kind of pour the water in and for the area around where you pour it to maybe cloud out a bit. What actually happens is just adding the illuminated liquid from the fountain into the stagnant pool causes it to flow for a moment, counterclockwise, spreading it around. However, the small amount that you've added was not sufficient to cleanse the whole pool. Give me an Arcana check.
That's actually very helpful and interesting.
That's
Gives
an
me an
Arcana of 23.
Your first thought is, okay, how can we move more of this liquid quickly enough to all 4 of these pools if we're meant to cleanse these? Then it occurs to you that you have a better tool that is more or less just a chunk of like raw physical intelligence. You think if you put a healthy brain into here, the cleansing effect would take root much, much more quickly.
Are these
Do not
healthy
worry,
brains?
'cause
You mean the ones in your head?
No, the ones over here that I've been using to make brain bombs.
Well, you pulled them out of a pool that was very healthy indeed.
Okay.
Duchess Veritas, I can assure you that my brother and I will fill out the request forms in triplicate and have them on your desk by tomorrow morning.
I just
I'm not
remember,
sure I trust the channels in this room, though. Let's,
What-
doesn't look like there's a physical path yet, but once we blow this wall, there will be.
Are you sure that you don't want me to just use my decanter of water to flood the room and force all the liquid to mix?
Well, one, this isn't water. Two, you're gonna just spray, Sedgwick with gallons of water, and he's gonna, run out of the room screaming.
We should try this.
No.
Evie, I would like to request Form 11-2C and permission to use this brain geyser to head back to the main room and build a brain bomb.
Genie
Do I
looks
fill out
over
a form for the brain bomb, or
No, I
Gee.
don't think a brain bomb is warranted. I think we just use a single brain. We don't.
oh no, I need
do
a brain
that.
bomb to blow this wall.
Oh,
Genie looks at Genie looks at Victor and whispers. She says, "Air damn, Ekon is being snarky today. That's
Is it-
rare.
Do we need to fill out a form for that?
I don't know. You do realize I have to be on Evie's side for this, but it's still funny.
so the plan is to go make a brain bomb?
Make a brain bomb and then also carry some brains, yeah.
Okay.
Or,
Yeah, that's fine, but don't fail.
I'll fill out Form C for inevitabilities in case of failure. So I'm going to make a DC 13 to try and just go where I want to go.
Because the reason I'm being kind of pained about this is every time we fail a check, there is a slight chance that one of us dies.
That's a 14.
Okay, yeah, you make it back to room 1.
Let's pop this thing up with 7 more for a brain bomb. I think it's 7.
Yes, because you need to put 6 on the extremities, and the one in the center drinks the rest of them up.
And then I will telekinetically carry it 15 feet ahead of me to here.
And those of you standing in the room, after a few moments, you see Ekon coming down the hallway, and the force field evaporates under the psychic explosion of the brain.
I'll go grab... Hey, could someone else help me carry these brains?
Yeah, Victor, go and grab brains.
I can carry one in each hand and one with my mage hand, so I can get 3 of them.
Victor
You only
gets
need 4.
one of them.
So how many
And I
brains
will-
are we carrying?
4.
4 total?
I will gingerly place one into each of the first 3.
That's
Victor will put one in the last.
4 total or 4 each?
4 total.
4 total.
4 in total.
This is actually...
So we've used 11 more brains so far this session.
So first, you drop the brain into the pool. And for a second, nothing happens. And then it starts moving on its own. And then you notice that it's flowing in a counterclockwise motion. And as it does, in its wake, the water is becoming illuminated. And after a couple of cycles, the fetid odor starts to dissipate and the color of the water changes. Then the luminosity starts to raise. You're not sure how much time each of these brains buys you, but for a few moments at least, the 4 pools are cleansed.
Well, is there anything in there to investigate?
They are just empty pools.
I guess we could
Victor's
go back
gonna
and...
go back
No,
to
wait.
main.
I said I was going to set this one out.
Victor's gonna go to the main room and check to see if the thing is.
And when you go back to the main room, you notice that there are only 4 lighted hexagons carved into the base of the channel, where there were 5 previously.
I only see 3. Oh, never mind. I see 4. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay, well, we
Oh.
can go back to the start now if you really want to.
Yeah, do we want to relocate Orson?
Probably.
That's
He
probably a good
can't.
idea.
He can't stay in here. There's an elephant in here.
But now that we made a completely safe path back to the entry the area, yes, I agree that that's probably
Alright.
better for him in the long run.
So the plan is to walk
Edmont.
him back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna take him
Edmont
back to the
puts his
entrance.
puts his arm around his shoulder and starts hiking him back to the entrance.
You're more dragging him than anything, and the hard part is lowering him down into this room, and then getting him up another wall. But
We have ropes.
the 5 of you working together. I don't know where Evie's going. You can't get through this room.
Oh, okay.
That's the face room.
I'm
Face
too,
off.
I'm not zoomed out enough. There we go.
Yeah, go ahead and place Orson where you want him.
Can you put that magic back up to protect him?
Why don't
Yeah,
we
I've
put
got
him on
2
all the way
left.
to start?
Okay.
So
There's no like limit on how many of these I can make. So
I mean,
aside from spell slots.
Why don't we put him up here, like in the path?
I'll pick a place because I'm gonna put a Guardian Faith right next to him.
You want to put him up on the stairs, like out of view of the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and what's next?
Face room?
Well, there's a room
Yeah.
4 that we didn't.
Yeah, there's a room we can walk to. I think
Yeah,
maybe
we
2. We didn't go the whole way down that.
Yeah, there's the flesh room. There's a flesh room or the face room. Both sound equally terrible.
Let's go to the flesh room. We've already seen the face room.
And here you are, have arrived back at room number 4, the flesh room. And there is still...
a wall.
This one hadn't been drawn in yet, I don't think.
So my understanding was this wall just had a small hole in it.
Yeah, did we finish taking
Yeah.
that?
I don't think we'd actually fully taken
Oh.
it down though.
Okay.
Oh really?
Yeah, Victor
that's
attacked-
right.
That's the one Victor hit attacked.
Thing,
So yeah,
right.
it's got a
Yeah.
hole in it. That's how he was able to see what is in the next room. Okay.
I mean, we can
Oh,
get there through the channels, but
can we? I don't see a
I
reservoir.
don't see
I
it.
don't see an outlet. There might be one, but we can't see it.
Should I just make another brain bomb?
How many brains are left?
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to do a count. We need to do a
Fix
brain
that.
count.
Going back out and taking stock of how many brains are left. Maybe about 4 dozen or so.
It's like 8 bombs, maybe.
Okay, well, let's open up 4 and solve it, and that'll get the door to the south. Unless you want me to use the dagger.
that is 6.857 bombs.
So you're making another bomb and blowing the...
Yep.
All right. Okay, let me get the lens of truth here.
Aborts.
The room beyond looks very similar in a lot of ways to the undead flesh room that you've already conquered, with 2 main differences. The first is that you do not see any brain channels up in the walls. The room is still illuminated, but the illumination is this dim, ghastly red. Just
Dim light
under
is
the
what I'm
fleshy-
hearing.
Just under the fleshy surface. The other difference, I like how Victor's just already down in the room.
Yeah, holy
He's
crap,
going to his
Victor,
pillar.
slow down.
All right, roll
Slow
initiative.
down.
As Victor is uncautiously...
This is why Edmont got really spun up last session.
You see what I have to deal with, Edmont?
Where do I get to before we roll
You
initiative?
can go over towards that pillar. That's fine.
Okay.
Got Evie at 21.
All right. So, Evie, as
Do I
you
see
step in
anything?
and begin taking stock of the room, you realize that Victor's already kind of shimmied along this wall and is moving towards this north pillar.
Victor, what the hell are you doing?
Movement
Same
action.
thing we've done in every room.
I do not see an enemy.
Not yet.
Okay. I guess yell at Victor. Maybe.
That's a free action.
Yeah. 15. This is like the edge I can get to. Any further, I have to climb.
Yeah, it's only about like a 10-foot climb across to where Victor is.
Victor, wait for the rest of us. And I guess that puts me at 30.
So are you ending your movement clinging to the wall?
Actually, that's probably a bad idea.
Because the wall's made out of flesh.
Okay, yeah, gross. Evie's gonna stay here.
Okay.
Do hands and noses and stuff, feet pop out?
They do not, no.
Okay. I'm gonna see if there's any action here that... I mean, I don't see any enemies, so
As an
I'm kind
action, I'll let you make a perception check.
Sure, I'll do that. Sounds good. That is a 15, I believe. Yes, 15.
A 15?
15.
The walls up in this section, the walls, the floor, the pillar that Victor is headed towards, are covered in warm flesh. That much is apparent. What you notice as Victor, he's actually here when I made him roll initiative. See how he's trying to walk it back? The wall in front of him, the pillar, I mean, rolls of this flesh are rippling around in Victor's direction. He is standing in something's threat range.
Victor, get away from that pillar. In fact, I used my action.
You used your action. Who's next?
Bonus action, I'll give Victor advantage to attack, whatever it is, if he has to do that.
Okay.
I was gonna move back, but okay.
Victor with Edmont on deck.
Victor, you're up.
So Jeannie yells, "Get back!" and then she says, "Attack it."
No, I'm like, if you attack it, you have advantage, but Evie's telling you to get away from it.
Okay. So here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
If I step back now, does this thing get an opportunity attack, or do I need to disengage?
You have no way of knowing. Evie just told you you have to step back.
Just disengage.
You don't see a creature there. I'll let you use your action to make a perception check.
No, I'm going to...
You could disengage first and then make a perception check.
I was going to disengage and then attack it, but if I use my action to disengage, or my bonus action to disengage, then I can't change the damage type.
That's true.
You have actual knives!
Those are ineffective.
Well, what are you doing?
So we're gonna disengage to go back.
Okay. I'm going to count each of these squares as 10 feet. It's going to be difficult terrain as you're climbing along the wall.
5, 15, 25. Where can I stand since Evie wants to be in the goddamn
your
corner?
options there are to dash so you can move further, hang onto the wall, or drop down.
If I hang on the wall, can I still attack?
If you hang on the wall, I'm going to make you make an athletics check. But no, your hands are full of wall at the moment.
God damn it, Evie, you suck.
How is any of this Evie's faults?
Wow.
She has bad positioning.
I saved your life, Victor.
Not necessarily.
So
Victor
Victor
was about to eat you. Trust me, I know when things are about to eat people. I've got to develop a sixth sense for that.
Victor is gonna move over here and then kind of gently shove Evie forward, saying, "Get out of the way."
Ah! God, no respect. I feel like
you're dashing to that position?
Yeah.
Okay. And who's next?
After Victor, we've got Edmont with Genie on deck.
Edmont, what's good?
She called out that one spot where the flesh was rippling.
What she called out was, Victor, get away from there. I'll let you use an action to make a perception check if you want to see what
Yeah,
she's
I'm
talking
acting
about.
perception check and trying to figure out what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, go ahead and make that check.
$14.
So, looking in that direction, you can see what Evie was talking about. The flesh is moving on this pillar, rippling outward towards the position where Victor was just standing a moment ago. And you can see what she meant, as though the pillar were about to reach forward and grab hold of him.
Okay.
So there's definitely a creature in that position, and Victor was in its threat range.
Like, Evie is about ready. I don't usually say this, but I'm about ready to authorize just burn it. Just blow it up.
I can't. Okay.
I know you can't.
I mean, I don't know why you're yelling at me to do things now.
I'm not yelling at you. You do your monk things. Well, we got people for fire.
Let him take
Does
his
he
turn.
need more for that?
You guys had your turn. Now it's Edmont's turn.
E point to dodge.
Okay. Who's next?
After Edmont, we've got Genie with Ekon on deck.
Genie, fix it.
I'm assuming Edmont called out that the pillars seem to be alive.
Yep.
Okay. Genie says, "All right, tired of this," and she pulls out, and I need this guy to make a save against a fireball. So that's a dexterity saving throw.
You say fireball?
Yeah, fireball.
I almost just rolled a D10 for some reason.
That'd be
should.
fine.
I'd
I
be fine
haven't-
with that as a saving throw.
An 18.
That passes, but you still take 8d6 fire damage half.
Okay.
Let me see. One,
Plus your
two,
extra for
three,
being,
four,
Artificer.
5. Yeah. 6, 7, 8. This. That is 39 points of fire damage that you can have if you pass the save.
39.
Yeah, and that's how big is that?
20-foot radius.
Okay. That's a very big, so that gets that whole thing squared.
Okay. And like the smell of burnt and scorched flesh is overpowering as your fireball explodes and the smoke dissipates in that corner of the room.
And you hear Genie.
You can all see now as the pillar is writhing in pain, and you can hear a low moan emanating from of it.
You hear Genie give out a maniacal cackle as she whispers under her breath, "I am as the fires of air."
Is that it for Genie?
Yes, that's the end of Genie's turn.
Who's next?
Ekon with pink token on deck. Ekon reaches into his pack, sprinkles a tiny bit of holy water over his symbol, and then casts a second level bless. That's going to target everyone except for Ekon.
Okay.
So that's a plus D4 to all attack rolls and saves.
All of the meat is blessed.
Not all 4 of his allies, just 4 targets. Ekon will move back for a little bit more cover. That's the end of his turn. We've got pink token with white token on deck.
Oh, there shouldn't be a pink token anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Those were the brains.
done.
Those were the brains.
So white token with Eevee on deck.
It's a big boy token.
The big.
Eevee,
Uh-huh.
the entire pillar rises up out of the ground. Well, I say ground. The ground is made of flesh. And it's just this enormous just mountain of flesh. It's got this vaguely humanoid shape. These two giant flabby arms forming at the sides. The thing doesn't walk on the ground so much as it shuffles through it. The ground is steeping upward to form its legs as it moves. So at no point do you see its feet actually leave the ground.
Gross.
It ripples downward, and it has the reach on you from here. Because this thing is very large indeed.
I guess you're right about getting eaten.
Yeah, she's used to it.
You're not dodging, are you?
No, I used my action to perceive.
Use your action to perceive. I think both of these will hit. I have a 22 and a 23.
Yep, those will both hit.
Okay. Nine points of bludgeoning damage from the first slap.
Ow.
10 points
Okay.
from the second slap.
I would like to use my reaction to cut the second slap in half.
Okay. And since both attacks hit, you are grappled.
Oh, so it is going to eat me.
It. You know what? I didn't think about it, but yeah, basically. Eevee.
Uh-huh.
The thing crashes into you with both of its arms that hit like hammers, and then it drags you down to the ground and sits on you.
God damn it.
The whole weight of it just squashed. It's actually called the squashing pin.
So wait, it's a fleshy cylindrical object that slapped a female character.
Mm-hmm.
And then sits on her.
And then sits on her.
So it's a giant It's a giant penis. It's a penis. That's a penis.
No, penises don't have arms. But yeah, Evie, you are squashed under the thing and being crushed, and you have started suffocating.
This is Tuesday.
You can still use your reaction, though, to have the damage from the second attack.
Mm-hmm.
This one makes it to here and crashes down to this platform and is coming in your direction. Since I don't have to use an action, I guess it'll just dash. We'll put Edmont in its threat range. Edmont and Genie in its threat range. All right.
We've got
Flab Giants.
Evie with Victor on deck.
Evie, you are grappled and restrained, but you are free to try to attempt to escape the grapple if you like. First, you're going to take some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my... There it is. 12 points of being crushed by a Flab Giant damage.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to... I mean, I'm going to die if I don't... I mean, I suck at getting out of grapples.
You don't have acrobatics?
Can I use acrobatics?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it dexterity acrobatics?
If I say if you're grappled, you can always use either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, but is that strength or dexterity?
It's strength athletics or dex acrobatics.
Okay, I would like to do this the acrobatics part.
Yes, please do.
And you get a plus D4 to this from being blessed.
You're right, I do.
You are hashtag blessed.
Hashtag squashed.
How's
No, it's
18?
only attacks and saves.
Okay, so that's going to be 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bear with me just 1 second. No, not going to do it.
Okay.
You have some freedom of movement, but not a lot. And the weight of the thing and the flab of it is just pinning you downward. Every time you manage to get an elbow or a finger, some movement, another slab of beef just presses down on top of it.
Can I talk?
Well,
Yeah.
I was going to say, take a +5 to that for my last flash of genius.
Do you need to be able to see the target?
Yes.
You cannot see Evie because there's a flab giant sitting on top of her.
Sorry, tried.
But they can hear me?
They can hear you.
Okay, as long as Victor can hear me, I can give him advantage to hit this thing.
Okay.
And that is the end of Evie's baby last turn ever.
Wait, are you low on hit points?
I'm at 26.
You can probably survive a couple more rounds under there.
Victor with Edmont on deck.
Well, I'm assuming it's going to attack me.
Fine, it's already sat on you.
Victor is going to say, gross. And then he's going to fire dagger attack.
It's a bonus action to switch to fire.
Yes.
All right.
And this is where the plus comes in.
And he does have advantage because I gave it to him.
Mm-hmm. And there's an ally within 5 feet that isn't incapacitated.
So does a 29 hit?
It sure does.
Sure does, fam.
The ally still counts if it's under the monster.
No facing in 5e.
Right?
Those are some numbers.
Technically,
that's gonna be-
Evie is not swallowed or engulfed right now.
Whatever 28 times 2 would be. What is that, 56?
You do the math. It's your
Hey,
attack.
56!
And
56 points of fire damage.
thing is bloodied.
Victor's gonna move the fuck away.
And I mean, when you slice through this thing with the knife, I mean, the gash, it's bleeding profusely. And the flames lick up the thing's body, and you see it wrench backwards in pain and lets out this low, flatulent moan.
Gross.
And you move out of the way? You are
Yes.
leaving its threat range.
Was I?
Yes, you're within 10 feet of it.
Sure.
Okay, that's fine.
I have an 8 to hit.
That is not a hit.
Okay.
Okay, after Victor, we've got Edmont with Genie on deck.
Bonus action. You said there was dim light. I'm there now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Teleports behind you.
And then I'm going to attack.
Blessed.
Oh, rolled a 19, so the D4 for bless can't make it a crit.
Unfortunately.
But I appreciate it all the same. So that's a 20. See, that's 23 plus 8 is 31 to hit.
31 will hit. That's... You can't roll higher than 30. I did ask when they first published the monster manual how long it would be before they started publishing monsters with ACs higher than 30. They haven't done it yet, as far as I'm aware. And I own a lot of these books.
Is there actually a rule that says you can't roll higher than 30? I'm not aware of that.
Bounded accuracy basically says 30 is the highest number, yes. Nothing has been higher than 30 at any point.
In terms of DC.
Yeah, in terms of DCs or armor classes.
6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And I need that thing to make a Constitution saving throw. Please.
Oh, it's good at these.
It's entirely flesh. That's all it has.
Big old flab of beef. I got a 20 on that.
Okay. I'm checking my options, okay? Please don't gainsay me.
We're not.
The valiant effort.
What is...
It
ends in a P.
That's a 12 to hit on the second attack.
12 does not hit.
Yeah, I figured.
Or rather, it hits. It's just ineffective because it just punched this giant slab of beef.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right.
We've got Genie with Ekon on deck.
Genie, you are standing inside the thing's threat range.
Okay.
Actually, wait. I did not use a bonus action. I'm going to key point to dodge.
Okay.
You teleported.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I did. Strike that. Never mind.
Let me see. Strike that, reverse.
Treble, keeping us honest.
Thank you, Treble. No, seriously. I'm stupid.
Well, crap. Well, that might hit. Does an 18 hit?
It sure does.
Cool. Cool. Where's my D10s? Okay, so D8. Please enjoy. 21 fire damage.
Okay.
Which one?
On this one. The one that's suffocating my sister.
21.
Got my
you said?
back. Yeah, 21.
Okay. It is very severely bloodied.
My bonus action. I'm going to use a level 1 spell slot to cast Sanctuary on Edmont.
Okay. And are you moving or staying put?
I'm going to move out of the threat range.
You'd be leaving threat range.
I know, I said move out of the threat range.
He will use his reaction. I have a 22 to hit.
Well, that hits, yeah.
12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. I'm going to move here.
Okay.
Ekon with the towering piles of flesh on deck.
Gross.
So it's already used its reaction, right?
Yes. I think they both have.
Move back to here.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. These things are really tall, right?
They are large creatures.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I can put a fireball just dead center above them, above everyone in my party's head, and hits them. They're within 20 feet of each other, right?
Are the creatures within 20 feet of each other, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was just checking.
You just erased all
Or
lines.
20-foot radius
That's
of
all.
each other. 40 feet of each other.
Oh, yeah, you can.
So
Destil,
I'm
you
pretty
just
sure I can
erased-
just drop a fireball above everyone's head, but still catching both of these if they're quite tall.
Destil, you just erased all lines, so we lost our marks on which ones have been
What's the undo button?
fixed.
I don't think you can do it. Burkroyd has to do it.
All right, let me see.
Okay.
A lot of times when I hit Control Z, bad things happen.
We're gonna find out.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, we have dots. Okay. So
Eraser
use the
tool.
eraser
Erase
tool.
this line.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, they both need to make a DC 17.
There's not going to be a way to hit this one with a fireball without also hitting Evie, who's in the same space.
Isn't she under it?
She is, but they're both occupying the same space. A fireball can't affect part of the
You
space.
have evasion yet?
No, I do not, and I don't.
No,
think
you're going
the
to take more
public
damage
uses
from the...
it.
Oh, well. Alright, well, let me back that up then.
Edmont will be fine, but no, Evie's in the exact... She's in the same space underneath it.
Sure. So that one's almost dead anyway. Let's go ahead and... I need the DC 17 dexterity saving throw from this one against Sacred Flame.
Oh, he's bad at these. -1.
That's why I wanted to fireball them.
By the way,
pass my dexterity saving throw?
when I was in this exact same situation just last night, when I was being engulfed by a monster and the wizard threw a fireball in the room, my protestations did not stop it.
That's a 16 radiant damage.
And that's enough. Evie, the thing stops moving and dies on top of you.
Right.
It's going to require an action to climb out from underneath it, but you won't have to make a check.
How about as a bonus action, I pull her 5 feet telekinetically?
You can,
Can I see her now?
but she's just now because this guy was in all 4 of these spaces.
Yeah.
What? Can you push the large creature?
It's not a creature anymore, so no.
Yeah, you can pull her out. So
Yeah.
let's knock her prone. She's slightly pancaked and very sweaty. I mean, it's like basically
yeah.
you were squeezed into an armpit for that whole time.
Move to there, and that's the end of Ekon's turn.
Okay,
So the large
Everyone's seen the end of Akira, right?
a little bit. All right, who's next?
We've got White Blob with Evie on deck.
All right, so this white blob is no longer here.
Evie has too many hit points for that to kill her. It would have taken longer.
Edmont, you are dodging, yes?
I'm not dodging.
You're not dodging.
Correct.
I think I only hit you once. That's going to be a 12 to hit
No, will not hit.
and a 20 to hit.
That hits though.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
The first slap goes wide, and the second one crashes.
Actually, wait.
into the
I was
side of the
I was under the effect of Sanctuary, wasn't I?
Yes, you were. You need to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw to hit this man.
Oh, okay. I have an 11 on that.
Oh, you can't hit me then.
So is he just not allowed to hit Edmont?
Not this turn.
Okay. Then the thing's going to be leaving Edmont's threat range.
Actually, let me double check and make sure that if you can make that like multiple times, or if it's just till the end of the turn. Because it's been a minute since we used this.
Well, if he's not allowed to attack Edmont this turn, he's not going to attack Edmont.
Well, he wastes the attack if he doesn't have something else in reach.
Yeah, and
No,
you
there's
didn't
nothing
at
else in
that
reach at the
point.
moment. Everybody's backed off.
So that attack is just done. If it has other actions, it can take them after that.
Yeah, then it's going to move away from Edmont. So it's leaving Edmont's threat range.
One more step gets him out of my whip range.
Well, he's leaving threat range of your martial arts right now. So you're not hitting him or headbutting him?
No.
Are you going to whip him?
Yeah, I'm gonna whip him. I mean, we've all fought that boss in Castlevania, right?
I fought all the bosses in Castlevania.
It's a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
6 points slashing damage.
You put a lash across his back as he closes the distance.
And that also breaks Sanctuary, as I recall.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So he's not able to attack anybody, but he's at least able to put everybody in his threat range. And who's next?
After that, we've got Evie with Victor on deck.
Evie, you're covered in sweat, and it's not your own.
This is not even the third worst thing Evie's been covered in since we've gotten here.
It's not even real sweat anyway.
It
Emotional
smells real.
sweat. It's emotional sweat.
I grant advantage to Victor, and I say, Victor, kill it. Word of command, attack. You may spend your reaction to attack.
Okay. Does a 23 hit?
Sure does.
I did hit with a 15, just FYI.
Yeah, these things don't have a phenomenal AC.
It's going to be 31 points of fire damage.
Math. Yes. Okay. And Evie.
Am I in his threat range standing here?
If he were standing at the very edge of the cliff, you would be, but Ekon is standing at the very edge.
I mean, I don't think I guess 15 feet of movement can get me up here.
There you would be in his threat range.
Okay.
If you climbed up.
I mean, up here I can at least attack him.
But you could
Probably
throw
should.
something at him from down there. He's
Yeah,
pretty tall, right?
you could attack him from down there. You can see
I
him.
didn't realize that. Otherwise, I would have attacked. Whatever. I'll just stay here. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Okay, we've got Victor with Edmont on deck.
So, is it bloodied yet?
Nope. I mean, it's bleeding very badly. It's almost as though the thing has more blood vessels than a creature of this size ought to have.
I am going to do something that Victor has never done before. He's going to trust his companions to finish the job.
And flee cowardly from the battlefield.
No,
several times.
he's gonna Hunter's Mark and then attack it.
Okay. I mean, you've got allies within range.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use a.
You also
blessed.
get a D4.
What's that?
You get a
Yeah,
D4.
Oh, bless, yeah.
So try the D4 before you go that way.
Hey,
Okay, that would be a 15.
15 does hit.
I
Okay.
claim all of this damage.
Yeah, this all goes on your DPS chart.
But in the campaign, Victor's going to be doing all the damage, but everyone else is going to be claiming that it's theirs.
It's 25 more points of fire damage.
Now it is bloodied. And it definitely looks like it wants to squash the hell out of you. Hey, who's next?
Got Edmont with Genie on deck.
Edmont, can you be the guy?
I could be. I'm going to close and go attack him with the whip.
Which square are you in here?
Did I miss a square? I'm
You're
sorry.
kind of between squares.
Oh, there.
To be clear, you both have 10-foot reach, so you're still in the thing's threat range.
I don't think I can make that even with a bless. Yeah, that's only a 14 to hit.
A 14 will hit.
Bully!
It's a large
6
mountain
points
of beef. It's not moving very quickly.
6 points of slashing damage from that hit.
Okay.
Second attack. That's significantly more than a 14 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 10 points slashing damage from that hit.
Okay. And are you moving?
Martial
or staying
arts.
put? Martial
Bonus
arts.
action, martial arts.
Well, that
Do it one more time.
not
One
from
more
10,
hit.
Not from 10 feet away. You're not.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, I'll go ahead and close back in because I still got the movement for it.
Mm-hmm.
18 plus 8 is 26 to hit.
That'll hit,
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
and that's enough. Edmont closes in. One last kidney punch. He has slain the living moob.
No, he beat the meat.
I wasn't gonna put it
Blocked.
that way. That seems
Blocked. I think that we need to take a break after that.
That's the line you're gonna draw.
and the wall to the south vanishes, and you can start to see
Hey.
beyonds.
All right, cousin. Have you learned yet to slow down?
I mean, it all worked out.
My sister got squished,
Yeah, but you're fine.
My sister got...
I'm fine, Genie. If you could tag me with like somebody hit me with some kind of healing because I'm a little below half.
Okay, bear with me just one moment. The room you're leaving from was uncommonly warm, and the hallway gets warmer still as you reach the first T-junction. Off to your right is one of the shimmering force fields, and to the south, if you keep going, is another T-junction, again, splitting to the left and the right.
I'm gonna hit Evie, Genie, and Edmont with an aid that is 5 current and maximum hit points for the next 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, Victor is missing like 12 hit points.
He said 5?
Yep. So it's 5 healing and 5 maxation.
Okay.
I'm north of bloodied. I'm fine.
All right.
Unless I appear into another small space again.
Edmont peers down this way.
And it connects back up over here. And continues onward, and then turns off to the left.
Victor peers down the other way.
Looking down this way, you find another shimmering force field.
Yeah, we know
The
where
room
that goes.
we have seen.
We have not seen this room yet.
Yeah.
The illusion of choice once again.
I mean, I can put a hole in the other door if you guys want. We can peek through it.
We're not going
No.
to do that yet.
Or ever.
Following this path curves around back to the north. And looking through it, you can't see the details through the force field wall. But the room on the other side seems to be glittering with a golden splendor.
Because that's the death room.
Oh, do we want to go back to Genie's death trap or go make a bomb?
So we've got 3 rooms left to solve from the hexagons.
You don't know. You haven't been back there yet.
There's this room. We
Excuse me.
haven't solved this room yet. What else? What's the other one we haven't done?
There's this room north of 11.
No.
Whatever's here. So that's
Oh, yeah,
1, 2,
Yes.
3.
so
I
that's
would
the 3
I
rooms
would
we
say let's brain bomb our way through this first. It's closer.
Okay.
Do we have enough brain bombs to do all 3?
We have enough brain bombs to do...
Well, I mean, we don't have to brain bomb our way into this one.
No.
We have enough brain bombs, assuming no other room is going to require us putting a bunch of brains in it.
Well, it's this. I mean, there's this room and there's this room, and then this one's already open. So, how many? If we use 2 to open these, how many does that leave us if we need it for something?
We have enough brains to do 6. We had enough brains to do 7, but we used 4 brains in here, which means that we're going to have brains left over.
All right.
So we're going to go back and make another brain bomb?
I think we have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
guess as
the other
as-
option is to jump into the channels and start guessing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do the paperwork involved for that one.
Yeah, that's a lot of paperwork.
So you go back to the first room.
Mhm.
Retrieve 7 brains from the pool. And at this point, it looks like there might be about half as many brains as there were when you started.
Okay.
You load them up into the machine. You make the vibrating brain bomb.
And everybody clear back. I'm gonna push it through this.
And it
Not that back, Gene.
explodes, revealing the room beyond.
Said that this was causing a little more heat than even the living flesh room.
Room 4 was very warm. And as you move south, it gets hotter and hotter in front of this room. And now that the force field has come down, you can see why. The center of the room, in 3 places, you see molten lava bubbling up to the surface. At the north and south extremity of the room are pools of water that are hissing, popping, and steaming badly. And throughout the room, along the walls in these spaces, you see shelves, workspaces, in disarray with a variety of tools and metallic objects. It looks like a very badly ransacked smithy.
Genie, can I please use water to put... Or not Genie. Evie, can I please use my flask to put out water?
Uh,
Do you think that'll actually do anything? Look at the,
It may
the water
cool
here is
down.
already boiling.
Well, it may cool down the magma pools.
so you said this is a badly ransacked smithy?
It looks like it might have been used as a blacksmith. And there are ancient legends of dwarves in your homeworld that had used actual lava pools for smelting.
Are there tools or anything remaining in here, like ruins of forges or anvils?
That's exactly what this room is. Ruins
Okay.
of some long-used forge. There's nobody working it now, and the things that are here are in a bad state of disarray and disrepair.
What
there-
was being built?
Looking through it, tools, maybe some weapons. You see some blades, a bucket of nails, variety of metal objects.
Is there-
Genie, can you finish these tools?
well, potentially. Why would I want to? Is there anything that like my like knowledge of blacksmithing would tell me about this place? Maybe
What are you
give
proficient in
s-
blacksmithing tools?
Yeah.
Given time, I mean, just walking into the place, you wouldn't be able to do anything useful right away. For one thing, you probably don't know much about smelting with actual lava as your
Right.
heat source. But, I mean, with enough time, if this were a physical space and not like a bizarre Inception machine that you were living inside, you could
Love
put
to
the
see
shop to rights. You can
I'm just
look around
wondering
and
if-
see some of the projects that are in various states of completion.
I'm just wondering if finishing one of these projects is the key to solving this room.
So like these pools of water, you said they're boiling?
Yeah, they're popping and steaming badly. I mean, you've seen hot springs in your day, but probably not volcanic ones. The smoke coming off them, or the steam rather, is very acrid, and you can tell that there's some kind of noxiousness to them. Wouldn't be
Right.
safe to drink.
And it looks like behind them there's some of these pools, the brain pools.
Yeah, there's a brain pool behind each one, as shown here on the map.
Are they pools or just channels?
They're pools. Climbing up to them would be more dangerous than the rest
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you have to navigate the spitting water first.
Yeah. Okay.
My thinking is we either need to cool something down or there's something that we need to finish.
I mean, is there anything in the place that looks more like less mundane than the other things you've described?
Now, there's a variety of tools and products strewn about the place. All sorts
Well,
of common, the most uncommon things you find, like you can see some swords that have not been properly tempered, or rather, just the blades of swords.
Yeah, so nothing that we could like there's nothing in here, Victor, and you could tell me if I'm wrong, Brooker, but like it sounds like there's nothing in here. It looks like there's nothing in here, Victor, that we could even hope to finish in the time we have with the state that this place is in. So it's probably not worth it to pursue that line of inquiry.
It would take you
Alright.
longer than one day to set the shop to rights, yes.
Yeah.
Do we want to try and cool down maybe the pools?
Gee, I don't know. Like we could start throwing things into the pools and see what happens. I mean, but they might come to life and attack us.
The pools of
Doing
lava
this-
or the pools of water?
The water
Pools
pools.
of brain juice.
No, the boiling water ones.
Hey,
Ekon is just going to start going over one edge of this shop and trying to like mentally inventory everything.
okay. Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of metal fittings and pieces that don't actually look like finished products in and of themselves.
Is there raw ore?
You see a few ingots strewn about, iron and steel, but no actual unworked ore stored here.
Okay.
I hope we don't have to throw brains in the lava.
Why don't we? Genie's gonna pick up an unfinished sword and throw it in one of the lava pools.
And it bubbles and sputters as the metal of the blade starts to heat up,
So-
red and then orange. And then
Okay.
it starts to melt and lose its shape.
Genie puts her hands on her hips and goes, "Well, that's gone now."
Victor is going to pull out his decanter and look to Evie. and say, which form do I need to fill out to try this?
That would be. I would just not do that because you'd flood the actual house, right?
I don't know.
I mean, there's actual water in this room. Let's try that first.
Evie, what are you doing with the water?
Well, I mean, I can't touch the water, but Ekon can kinetically do what he did in the other room.
How cloudy is this water? Is it clear? Not clear? Very cloudy?
No, it's very cloudy. There's a lot of mineral.
I'm not Genie. I'm not like an expert on material science, but one of these is liquid ice, and one of these is liquid rock. I don't think the ice is going to win.
Right, and Ekon, blood is liquid meat. And I pat Ekon on the back.
I don't know what to do with that one. I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not.
She's not right either.
She's not right either.
I think it's more of a mixture, a hybrid. There's pulpy bits.
In terms of it being like a medieval fantasy setting, I think blood is liquid meat is accurate.
Wait, okay, I have it, Genie. We'll take a hamburger, we'll heat it up to the melting point, and then we'll pour it into your arm.
Oh my god.
That would be cow blood. I don't want cow blood.
So what's next in this room?
Victor's milking the pillars.
So potentially the only thing that strikes my head is maybe there's something in the pools because they're murky that we would
pool
have
do you
to
go to?
The southern one. Ekon, can you dredge? I forgot. Are you able to put your hand underwater and dredge around?
I mean, I don't have a sense. I don't have a sense of touch.
Genie, give me a perception check.
Okay. Does a 12 do it?
You see some kind of shape in the bottom of the pool, and at first you think it's just an outcropping of stone that the pool is made of. But you realize as the light, the illumination from above, plays on the surface of the cloudy water a little bit, the shape that you can't make out in the pool isn't made of stone, it's made of metal. And it's the size of a large dog.
Ooh, that's probably way too heavy.
And let's take a break there as you guys contemplate what to do with a submerged metal dog.
Is it Scrappy?
It's Scrappy! He came back! This is where he ended up!
No, because I listened to the last session of the other campaign, and it was like we basically nuked Scrappy on the first turn of the last combat because the bads.
Yeah, but that was Scrappy number 2. Scrappy number 1 got lost in a whirlpool or something.
Oh right.
What was Scrappy number 1? Scrappy number.
No, you fought Scrappy number 1. That's right. I brought him back and made you kill him. And I was told that's the worst thing I'd ever done.
It is.
Let's take a 15-minute break while you all contemplate how many more worse things I've done since we started playing Ravenloft. Let's reconvene at about 4:30.